This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. Not really, it's just a test for my stuff. Testing the microphone and if I'm in focus. Maybe I could use a little blur. I could use a little blur. Blur. Hello everyone, my name is Koren Wiskman and welcome to another card video. Today I have some fun goodies from Simon Says Stamp, and this 3D embossing folder is really cool. So let's make a kind of a beach themed card with not beach themed products. Fingers crossed that it all works out. I have here the Simon Says Stamp Vine CANOPY 3D embossing folder, which is super cool. I love these 3D embossing folders, as well as the You Are Enough 2-piece die set. I'm going to ink blend first. I like starting with my backgrounds. I know it's weird. It's weird. The ink blending is one of my favorite parts. So I am going to ink blend on a piece of Ranger Distress like watercolor paper, and it is not ideal for the 3D embossing folder. For the 3D embossing folder, it shouldn't, the heavier weight the cardstock is, the more it's gonna have to like push together, but I think it's gonna work out, so let's just You really want to start out with a well-inked blending tool, with a well-inked blending sponge. I'm starting with cracked pistachio. These are distress ink, not distress oxide. I haven't used my distress inks in like a year at least, okay? So I'm really happy to be pulling these out of the old drawer. And now I'm using peacock feathers. So I've got a combination of cracked pistachio, peacock feathers, and chipped sapphire. And I'm trying to kind of start with the chipped sapphire, moving on to the peacock feathers into the cracked pistachio. Okay. For those of you that don't know, I have frozen shoulder, or had. I'm almost over it. But ink blending really irritates my shoulder, so this is quite the workout. If you do ink blending, you know that it takes a lot of effort. It is not for the weak. It's a workout. Gotta put my hair up. All of it? Yep. Okay. But it's totally worth it. I absolutely love this color combination. And don't be afraid to use that chipped sapphire. Get that on all of it. Once you are finished obsessing over your ink blended panel to degrees that are completely unhealthy, I think it's time to emboss it. I have this mini mister bottle by Ranger, and this water is going to serve two purposes. One, it's going to create some awesome dripped texture on my background that I'm just kind of spilling everywhere. And it's also going to wet my watercolor paper before I put it into the 3D embossing folder. I'm just making sure that I have a good amount of water droplets, and I'm picking them up with the clean edge of my microfiber towel. The water helps break down the paper fibers, which makes them easier to manipulate. To use the embossing folder, I'm going to set aside my cutting plates. I'm using the Spellbinders Platinum 6. I'm going to use the base plate, the embossing folder itself, and 3 cardstock shims. The embossing folder has a raised edge and a debossed edge. Make sure you're putting your paper in correctly so that your ink blended panel is going to be the side that's embossed and not debossed. You never want to force anything through your machine, so make sure that it's going through easily, and voila, it is beautiful. And look at that. Oh, the ink blending. Oh, I love it. I'm taking the You Are Enough die set and I'm cutting the shadow portion from white cardstock and the You Are Enough several times from a navy cardstock we're going to layer together. Look at how dirty my freaking hands are. Ew. I'm gonna go wash my hands before we layer this sentiment together. Ink blending is a dirty job. I'd love to see Micro do some ink blending. That would be fun to watch. I'm using liquid adhesive, also by Simon Says Stamp, and I'm just dabbing on a good amount that's going to keep this thing together for me and layering them all together. I think there's 4 layers of the You Are Enough sentiment. I'm using the same liquid adhesive to put the sentiment onto the shadow portion. I tend to have a lot of cardstock flyaways that I'm managing with my little brush. All right, I think we have all the parts. Let's get some water droplet embellishments and then we can put this sucker together. I have popped up my ink blended panel with a piece of craft foam and some tear tape adhesive. I'm sticking it down to a Simon Says Stamp Fog card base, which is my favorite card base to use. I'm using the same liquid adhesive to apply that to my panel and then brush off some more flyaways. I'm using some water droplet embellishments, but you can also use like a crystal glaze or any type of clear embellishment. I can't make them circular in any way, so I like to use the droplets that are already pre-made for me. I'm gonna wait for my water droplets to completely dry before I fold it and score my card, but I love this color combination. It's very like water feeling, gives you like a beach vibe, even though we didn't use any beach themed products or fish of any kind. I hope you enjoyed making a card with me today. Find Simon Says Stamp, find me on social media. I love interacting with you in the comments, and until next time. And now for your wonderful viewing pleasure, some additional Disney vlog footage of a Christmas theme variety. Enjoy! We're not taking Stitch today. Okay?
Don't hold it on your face. Lean it back so everybody can see back out. Where you are. Oh, here we
we have the Royal Wiskman family. More Lady, is it Lady Karen?
Koren.
Mr. Tony, this way, please, everyone, this way.